And just like that, we're live, friends. Howdy, howdy. Thank you for coming. Excited to finish out this app, shall we? All right. So, first to highlight, there's a couple links in the chat for you on that side, this side. You know what I mean. Whatever side your chat happens to be on, that one, I suppose. There's a couple links for you. The first one is the check-in link for this event. So if you have not yet checked in, make sure you go ahead and do that at that link right there so you can get your sweet, sweet swag points so we can ship a nice, beautiful little swag bag straight to your wonderful home or whatever address you happen to be at in the world. And then we also have a link to our GitHub page, which is what we've been working on for the past 2 live streams. If you are also interested in seeing the iOS version of this app and potentially, comparing the two in some way, you can go ahead and do that right at this link. And this is the iOS version of the app that we built in making your first iOS app or building your first iOS app parts 1 and 2. So Cheerify Android's got the repository that we're working on for the last 2 parts. Cheerify's got the iOS repository from my streams from Friday and Monday. And then this is the check-in link for today's event. Sweet. Looks like we're all set there. Let's spend a couple minutes, just in case we've got some new folks joining us, going over some of the things that we did on the last 2 streams that we held, Monday and Tuesday, at least for me. Depending on where you're out in the world, Tuesday, Wednesday, now it's Thursday. Time zones are fun and all that. But generally, I like to, code along as we're working here. Try to stay pretty open and always keep my eye on the chat. If you have any questions throughout the process, more than happy to help out there. Or if you've just got any questions about, anything that you feel like I could be helpful and answer, just go ahead and let me know. And we'll go chat about that for a little bit. So let me go ahead and set up my screen real quick. We've got our window. So this is Cheerify here. So this is in Android Studio. I'm going to close this out real quick. And then, let's turn the music back on. Let me do that. We'll just keep it kind of low. Nice little background fodder just in case I get quiet. So this is our app from yesterday, or yesterday and Monday, Cheerify here. So we'll go ahead and launch it on a simulator so y'all can see it on the right-hand side here real quick. Show off what we've done, where we're at, and kind of things that we're planning to do during the next 2-ish hours. So should be a fun little stream. Should hopefully finish out some stuff. We're kind of in uncharted territory right now for stuff that I've never done before that we got started at the end of the stream yesterday. So I think it'll be really fun to learn some new stuff. So we're waiting for the Gradle to build. All right. Might need to run some comments out through this entire thing so we're not dealing with lots of issues from some of the things that I tried yesterday. So we're just going to run comments, big comments to all of these. Hopefully nothing will give us issues then. Let's go ahead and give that a run now. Someone's really honking their car right outside my window. Ah, there we go. Great. So let me go ahead and shrink this view really quickly. Shrink that. Hello. Thank you for coming. So really quickly, we've got our daily affirmation companion that we've been building for the last 2 streams that you might have seen in the iOS streams. So part 1, we kind of built out this screen and we got connected to our API. So long story short, when you launch up the app, you're given a random affirmation from affirmations.dev, and I'll go ahead and just pull up that link here. So affirmations.dev, you get one of these. You can go ahead and click the refresh button to actually refresh these affirmations, which is a great start. Then we've got in here our menu page, which effectively does, menu page-like things, right? You can click this button to go back home. You can click this button to go back home. This button, oh, you can't, but you can click this button and this button to go to favorites and custom, except we haven't actually made those screens yet, which is why those are not functional yet. Then the other thing that we want to work on, and kind of the big thing that we are currently working on, is we want to add the ability to make your own affirmations. So when you click the plus button up there, you can go ahead and save your affirmation. So in here, you'll say, this is my affirmation, and it is so awesome, for example, right? You can go ahead and save that affirmation, and this button will save it. So then now if you go in here and click on custom affirmations, you'll just be shown that list of your custom affirmations. So we're kind of working on that, and this is what all 5 of these files have in common to do with it. And it's like I mentioned at the end of last stream, for those of you who are joining me who were not here last time, we are very much in uncharted territory for me. I have not been had not dabbled at all in saving state and I would say, saving state in Android. In iOS, there's lots of different tools like Core Data or iCloud or CloudKit technically. And so you can do a lot more with that. However, in Android, while there's still a ton of tools, I am not super familiar with all of them. Actually, I'm not familiar with any of them. To provide some additional context, I started learning iOS at this point almost 8 years ago. And it's kind of ebbed and flowed. I did, a lot of development the first 2 years. Then I did a lot less. Then I did slightly more again. Then I did almost nothing when I initially got to college. Then kind of in the last year or so, I've been getting back into the swing of things with Swift UI and iOS development and my former internship. On the other hand, Android, I started last spring. Sorry, not even last spring. I started in the fall. And I've just taken one introductory class where, we learned how to connect to APIs and how to build out models and all of these things that are obviously incredibly important, but are just scratching the surface of developing on Android apps. And the reason why I kind of wanted to know both is just so I understood specifically the type of clientele and the type of specific challenges that come with building one over building on the other, right? So, for example, a challenge that is unique to Android and that isn't as prevalent in iOS is the fact that a lot of Android users will use older versions of their Android SDK, Android operating system, and will not necessarily update their devices as frequently as iOS users. So whether that's, due to age of device, due to the fact that Androids tend to be more accessible and affordable, due to the fact that you just kind of have more of them globally. You also have more users using older operating systems, which means that, you can't. One of the benefits of working with iOS and also a detriment is that things, especially in Swift UI, are still evolving quite quickly. So across year to year and release to release, you can see tons of different things and tons of different changes and different ways of writing certain components over others. While as an Android, things are a lot more stable, a lot more established. That being said, it's also harder whenever there is something new and cutting edge to develop with it without keeping the non-cutting edge audience in mind. So for context, like when you launch up an app in Android Studio, it'll say, 60% of users are updated to the most recent major software version. If that. Things like that kind of complicate the development process in a unique way. That, and also, I kind of wanted to branch out. So here we are, we're learning together. It's a very fun time. We're building our first Android app. And so I say we can go ahead so I saved little notes for me yesterday. We found a little tutorial on using Room. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste that in the chat as well. So it's a little online tutorial on how to use Room, which is, how do I even explain Room? It's some form of data storage data storage, database, data model. All of these things are very important to actually building out the inner structure of an Android app. So if you're not familiar with, specific architectures, you can have something like model, view model, the MVVM, which is a type of architecture in which you have, the data structure underneath it. So let's say a class of words, and then the view, which is what you and me, as a person holding up their phone is seeing. And then the view model, which kind of connects those two, is the best way that I like to describe it. There's also MVC for model view controller and things like that. Model view controller, for example, is more familiar to maybe some of those of y'all who have done iOS development and have dabbled in storyboards. The reason why those are called view controllers is so then you can connect them to models, and then there's the MVC pattern, model view controller. Technically, it's really funny. I was joking around within the tech world that people name things either very intuitively or kind of like they're jokes, and there's no in between. And at least for me, for example, one of my friends was using a framework called Sasquatch before we went for break, and I just found that really funny. Random things like that you can really have tons of fun with. So, like we mentioned, we've got our app, and then we started working on all of our affirmation view models. So we'll go ahead and close out the app from running today. And then we'll pop all of these comments back on. They're kind of important. And while we don't have any errors while we run our project, or while we don't have any errors in the file if we uncomment everything out, and you'll see that in a second, right? While everything looks green and looks good right now, it doesn't compile. So if I give it a quick run, we're going to get an error non-existent class on Cheerify affirmation repository, line 20. So something like that, right? So let's go ahead and start off. I've got the tutorial up on the other screen. If you want to follow along, feel free to split your screen, stuff like that. I would love to share both, but the setup I've got going on right now, mostly because I've been kind of doing homework, does not allow me to share both at the same time, which is quite unfortunate, but we're making it work. Actually, let me take some time to set some things up here. We're looking good. We got my notebook. Everything's set. Let's see. We'll give Room a stab. We'll see what happens. Let me see. Maybe if I can open up their solution code, or at the very least work through this lab. Might be helpful to work through it so I understand it like separately. I kind of like that idea. So let me using the architecture components. So let me go ahead and share this screen really quickly. Oh, no, those are slides. I would like to share this window, please. There we go. So before we begin, right, we got a nice code lab called Android Remove View in Kotlin, which we want to use to hopefully build out our like data store. So the architecture components collection provides, part of Jetpack. And report a mistake. You need to be familiar with these things. I'm not particularly familiar with these things, but it might be worth it to... Oh. Interesting. Okay. I might save this for me to do later for personal learning purposes. So let's go ahead and actually I'll pop that into, maybe we'll make a nice little like Notion page or something with helpful resources. Try that. So I've always wanted to have like a little coaching like page where I have all of the things that I've worked with and stuff like that. I gotta dedicate some time to do that. Actually, I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. I have too many projects. Let's see here. Make a streaming. It doesn't even have to be a Notion page. I can make a website. That honestly sounds fun. I can do that. We'll figure it out. We'll deal with that later. That does not sound like what I'm supposed to be doing right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and save this link so I can pin it to the right-hand side here so I don't forget about it. Let's share my screen again. Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay, so we don't want to use code. We don't want to do this part. Oh, yeah, background threads, async callbacks. I mean, I kind of have some familiarity to like the button pressing and the oh my goodness. Okay. Let me mute my phone so people do not text me. Because I don't like when it makes a little noise. Okay, cute. So just some friends of mine reaching out about a club that I used to be involved in and they're taking over and, you know, it's very exciting and stuff. Perks of almost being done, I suppose. Okay, so yes, this is the code lab. It's available, the solution's available as a zip file. We don't want to do that using the architecture components. Got some stuff. Okay, live data. A data holder class can be observed. So it, okay, view model communicates between repository and the UI. So, oh, the live data has the view model holds live data. Okay, great. Repository, entity, database, SQLite database now. So it has the architecture overview. So it connects Word DAO to SQLite, or SQLite. I don't know how you pronounce SQ, because it's SQL and then it's the L becomes the light, and I don't know how to pronounce that. So if chat, you have any insight, do let me know. And you have a Word and then a Word repository that links to DAO, and then a Word view model that links to the repository that has a live data list of words, then a word list adapter and an observer. Those two link to each other, and then a new word activity. Okay, let's create an app to try and work through this together. I think that sounds fun. So create a new project, and then we'll do an empty activity, and then click next. and then we'll call it like they said, room word sample. Go ahead and save it in my Android Studio projects file. And then there's that. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen and go back to sharing my code here. Just so y'all can watch with me, because I think that'll be fun. Cool, there we go. And then let me try and do, create a new repository for this. I think that makes sense. Yeah, so let's create a new repository. We'll call it Android room with view, and then we'll say for description, let's see here. This is a tutorial app for Global Hack Week January, learning about state management and data storage in Android. We'll do that. We'll make it public. We'll go ahead and worry about the README and the git ignore and license later. And then we want to go ahead and set this up. Yes. So git init, git add all, git commit -m first commit, and then git branch -m main, git remote add origin, and then git push -u origin main. And just like that, all of our code is up on the README. So there's that. We can go ahead and pop this right in here. So for those of y'all who might be wanting to follow along, you can go ahead and take a look at that. Let's get started. We've made the app, and then we update the Gradle files. So we open build.gradle, which I know sits in here. And is it the project or the module? Okay, and then we need to add in capped. So it goes ID org.jetbrains.kotlin capped. Okay, and then we need to make sure that we're using JVM 1.8, so that looks good. And then we've got a bunch of dependencies that we need to add. Fortunately, no great way to copy these over, so we'll go ahead and do implementation, then these like that. Okay. I might actually, we will have to change and swap the single parentheses to open quotes, but I'm gonna try and see. No, because that won't work. So what if I did Command F and I looked for space followed by an open quote, right? And then I can go ahead and replace all of these, right? Instead of going, yeah. So then I can do boom, 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 boom. Ah! Kind of like that is slightly faster, at least. If I don't move my cursor at all. Still not ideal, but it's still better than the alternatives. JUnits. Yep. Yep. These are all up here. So now we want to look for the closing these. So we'll start with this one. No. The issue now. So I want to highlight number 22, please. 20. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to replace those. Ah, shoot. I messed that up. Okay. Because this is fine. And I think all you need is actually the open and close braces. So instead, we got to look for every space, which kind of defeats the purpose. everything's indented with spaces, which does not make much, is not as helpful, we'll say that. Words are hard, y'all know. There we go, got some more stuff, some more things, very exciting. We love building Android apps. We love building apps in general, it's very fun. It's one of the things that like I enjoy it more than building websites, and I can't exactly tell you why. But there is something about it that's just slightly more enjoyable to my brain. I think it's the fact that you don't have to you can gain a great understanding of both front end and back end, and both skills are like equally as, I wouldn't say important or valuable, because that's not true even for only issue is I have no idea how to format this thing. Kind of, letting it be. Let's Google this. Interesting. Okay. It's not helpful. So it's just spitting out the database example, yes. Oh, I might need to do it with another one. So maybe like another set of these. That's not it. Interesting. Let's comment this out for now because it's proving challenging. We'll come back to it as we need. And then in build.gradle project, we need to okay, interesting. I probably do see this. So I could hypothetically go ahead and do that. Do that here, then do that there. Like that. There we go. Okay, except it's all red, which is bad. Okay. Let's see. Dependencies, block with parentheses. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait, so my dependencies are in Kotlin instead of Groovy. Interesting. Okay. So can I get this in Groovy or in Kotlin? Let's try and fix that error first. Okay, that makes sense. I guess. My Gradle looks different than all of the other Gradles, which I don't like. Okay, so apparently the build script from here has to be above the plugins block. So if I put build script up there, and then extensions, and then plugins, work, except I have to replace all the single quotes with double quotes. See, I would like to learn how to do this correctly, which is why we're spending so much time on it, which is also a fair thing to do. I totally don't mind my decision, but it is quite frustrating. I'm sure y'all can relate when you don't have enough resources or you feel like you don't understand enough to even understand what you don't understand, which is kind of where I'm at right now, which is all right. You know, we'll learn together and all that, but it is quite frustrating. See, this is what I don't understand. Is why my Gradle looks so different. Let me start a new project with an empty activity exactly. See if that Gradle looks different too. Okay, let it load. It'll do its thing. And we'll see if we run into any issues there, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right, I'm going to check in on something here. That's a weird noise coming from somewhere in my apartment. I have to take a break for that. All right, so let's see here. So this Gradle script, does it also look different? Yes. So why does my Gradle look different than everyone else's? I'm gonna delete this project because I don't need it. Why is my Gradle different? That's so interesting. I have to do some research on that. Why does my Gradle look different? I'll Interesting. Yeah, I think it is a versioning difference. Okay. So we should be able Let me try and build out a new project that's using a slightly older SDK. Maybe or a slightly older API. We'll go for the one, 26? We can go for 21, I guess. I'll give that a shot. I definitely didn't upgrade on a local repo Bro, if anything, I've had it upgraded for a while and it just hasn't been an issue. Let's give it a shot now. See this. Yeah, it's also plugins. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and find this in Finder again and remove it because I don't need it. Close this back out. So fun. I love discovering new issues and learning new things, which is actually really fun, but still. Okay, so let's see. How old is this, out of curiosity? It's like 4 months old. So it's not the tutorial's out of date. I doubt my Gradle's particularly new. Okay. How to find Gradle version. Okay. Okay, let's open up this then. Okay, and let's go into, so where is it? Okay, we'll let it index and do all that, and then I'll open up file project structure. Okay. I have to use the AGP upgrade assistant. But I'm assuming I can't downgrade. And if it looks like I have a really new version of Gradle. It's what, 8.0? Oh, wait, no. Oh, I can just downgrade it here? Okay. Can I do like 7? See if that fixes stuff. We'll find out. It's still building the Gradle. Okay, it says to upgrade the wrapper to Gradle 7.2. Sure. All right, giving it a shot in the sample app. We're gonna see what happens. We might also call a break for like 10 minutes in a few, just so I can. Okay, wait. No. Oh, because the sink is failing because I got a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I'm declaring I need a brain break. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go and clear this out from Finder. So we're starting on a clean slate. Close this, open it back out. I'm gonna call a brain break for the next 10 minutes until 7:55 Eastern, and then we'll be back from there. I think that's a good plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some water, coming back after a short break. In the meantime, same as always, if you got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in the chat, and I am gonna go ahead and at the very least walk away from things, because I think that's an important lesson. If things aren't going our way, we're gonna walk away, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna see what happens next. Gradle dash version. Yeah, I've got 8.0, which is the issue. I think. It's not even that it's an issue. I think the biggest issue is just that I don't know how to downgrade my version, nor do I know how to read, like how to rewrite some of the things that I'm using to work in the new version of Gradle, if that makes sense. Or like my Gradle's not groovy, it's just Kotlin. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of layers going on that are just gonna, like, we're gonna have to dive in deeper. But I think I've been staring at it for too long that like brain can't process at the moment. So we're gonna take like a 10-minute break and we'll be back after that. So in the meantime, enjoy some music, go get some water. I'm gonna do the same thing. go on a little adventure, and I will see you all very, very soon. All right, and we're back. Howdy, friends. Sorry about the delay there. Let me check on something real quick. Let's see here. We're good there. We're good here. No questions in the chat while we're gone? Well, that's okay. No issue. Let's go ahead and boot up Android Studio. You know what? I think I'm going to ask some large language model. We'll figure it out. Let's give it a shot here. Come on. I think it's hard. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're going to give this another good faith attempt. First, we're going to actually just clear out some of the stuff from Cheerify that we're probably not going to get working. And then we're going to push up a functional version of the app because that's my personal preference. And then we're going to figure out how to learn this stuff together. I think this makes a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and just... go ahead and do this. Oh, wait, no. I don't want to delete that. Add that back in, please. Yes. So now I want to go to the main menu. I'm going to delete menu button. I want to delete the plus button. I want to delete the heart button. Then we can delete the entire create menu file, delete the entire activity menu file, and then we can delete create activity. We can delete menu activity. And finally, we can look at these buttons and delete them. Now let's try and run this app. We'll just leave it like a simpler version, and that's perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with that. And then we'll keep learning about Room and data stores, and we'll come back and revisit this. You know, I'm making it a pledge right now. We'll revisit something similar to this in AI/ML week in February. We'll make an Android app. I believe in us. Not that we didn't make an Android app. This is a fully functional Android app, but I do want it to have. I want to keep going. Oh, maybe we could we could do like a natural language processing to. Ooh, now I'm getting ideas for AI/ML week. We could do like a natural language processing to tag the affirmations in the categories. I like that plan. That sounds fun. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Android Studio. We're gonna go into my terminal here. We're gonna say git add all. Git commit -m changes to make fully functional, remove state due to Gradle issues. Please push. There we go. So there's that. We'll remove this part real quick. Great. We'll do that, update the README. So we'll do also on here, we'll do a git pull. There's that. Now I have another idea. So for context, friends, I am currently in a project class for school for my graduation requirement to make an artificial intelligence project. And so I've been brainstorming project ideas, but I haven't had anything like super good stick. So I'm going to write down the natural language processing for affirmation idea. And then I could do it in iOS and Android. Ooh. And I could be the person in charge of the UI, and that would be so much fun. I love. See, this is why when things don't always work out the way that we want them to, it still doesn't matter because we can still get something really good out of it. But yeah, we got my project here, so that's great. And then we have, of course, yes, the 4 contributions, all that. Let me take a look. Something here. Oh, I gotta do my Duolingo before I forget. Okay. Ugh, my day's booked tomorrow. It's so sad. Got so much to do. So unfortunate. Let's see here. It's one to figure out if I could learn, you know? Keep going. Interesting. let's see. What should we do next, y'all? I don't want to end the stream like this. I think there's more stuff that we could do. I think we could try and build out this room with a view app, except I deleted this, so I'm going to have to delete the repository. Let's do that. Delete. I want to delete it. I read and understand the effects. Let me retype my name. Uh-huh. And then delete, and then put in my password so y'all can't see it. I'm sad. The Touch ID on my keyboard isn't working. It's very unfortunate. Yes, please. Great. Okay. Cool. Android room with a view. Yeah. Gradle version not working with dependencies. Interesting. Okay. All right. I say we keep going here. So be able to add in a list of words in a place that display in a recycler view. I think that makes sense. So our new Android Studio project. Cool. Close out of this guy. Terminated. And we'll create a new project in an empty activity. We'll call it. What was it? Next. Android Studio Arctic Fox is an old version. Yeah, we're on a Hedgehog. I feel like it's... And I have Giraffe installed, I think. So that's not... That does not sound new. Just fine. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's alright. Okay. We'll call it... the minimum as... We'll call it on, I don't know, R? Sure. Should we call this room? Or I'll call it... I don't know what to call this app. Maybe just word list. We'll do word list. There we go. Wait, I saw a setting that looked weird. Hold on. Now I'm going back. New project. Empty views activity. Build configuration language. Wait, if it's just checking that box, I'm gonna go crazy. Well, I'm not actually, but you know what I mean. Okay, starting a new project with Groovy DSL. We'll see if that fixes it. Because that would actually make sense. I don't know if I like that, but it would in fact make sense. Okay, we've got that. We'll let the Gradle. No, so it still doesn't look like that one. So it still looks weird. So Gradle -- version. Not found Gradle. What? No, wait, this looks good. So this is what I want. And then I want the Kotlin options down here. That looks good. And then these dependencies look like the other ones because they're with single quotes and the, oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Gradle sync, go. No, you don't like that. Cannot get app compat version. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have app compat version yet. So let me Google build script block missing. So it looks like instead of looking like this, we have this in here. Then we would have here we would have ID, put this in quotes, right version. Oh my goodness, wait. Okay, wait, this looks promising. This looks promising. Okay. Single quote back version. Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, this still needs to be wrapped in quotes. Okay. This also looks good. So it would be replace this part, and then you replace this part. That's it. Replace this part, and then you replace this part. Oh my goodness, if this is it. Well, I can't even see what I'm doing because I'm so shocked this works. For context, I've got the tutorial that we've been talking about open, and I launched a new app with Gradle or with Groovy. In the settings, I checked the Groovy box instead of this box. And now I'm just going ahead and updating it so that it matches the syntax, because we still have this plugins box, but it actually did update the syntax of these. So these look different, which is good. And then we can do ID room version. Version that. ID JUnit version. Okay. ID Espresso version. I'm so excited for this to run. I think this might work. That would be amazing if it works. And if not, I tried my very, very best. All right, let's give it an attempt. Good faith attempt. Try my Gradle. Okay. Apparently activity version wasn't found. App compat version is not being found. Okay. Okay, so this is not it, but it is close. So we're gonna undo all of these things. Do this. Okay, so this is what plugins looks like. So you have build script and dependencies like that. Okay. Wait. Oh my goodness. Y'all, it's downloading. This is promising. Let me share my screen, show y'all. It's downloading. Look at that. Look at her go. It succeeded. Oh my goodness, it did it. Oh, and then we have to update the version. That's fine. So this app compi needs to be 1.61. Cool. You need to be 1.82. Oh wait, I should just do this using the link from the Android X releases page. So activities on 1.82. App compat is on 1.61. What about, what's the next one? Constraint layout something. Constraint layout is on 2.14. Okay. And core testing version or okay, well, is it saying that core testing version is out of date? No, it doesn't say. Great. Okay. Then what about coroutines? Let's check on it here. Coroutines core. 1.52 should be 1.64. Cool. Then here, 2.14 material should be 1.11. So 1.4. About life core testing. Instead of 2.1, it should be 2.2. Okay. About room. Does room need a new upgrade? Room is on. Come on. Highlight. On 2.3.0. Instead, it should be on 2.6.1. Right. A unit seems to be good. Espresso. Oh no. J unit instead of 1.1.3 should be 1.1.5. Oh, this one. And then this one should be 2.1, 2.2. Okay. I'm going to give it a run and then see if that fixes things. Get another attempt. Build successful. Okay. I want to suppress the usage of capped here. No, this is just, yeah, so instead of 2.61, we would use 2.62. Kotlin version instead of 1.8.22. It it should be 1.9.0. So where is 1.8? 22? I guess it could be 1.9.0. Let's find out. Sync now. Get a good old attempt. Okay, failed to resolve. Saying out of coroutines, there's a new version available. It's 1.71. Okay, then I sync it again. This should be 1.8.2 still. So it's failing on 2.6.2 for some reason. So I'll just try 2.6.1. Sync again. Cool. So I think this looks like the most stable version. We'll suppress all of these with a comment. No, okay, I guess not. Okay, that's fine. They're saying there's a newer version of this life cycle. So life cycle version is apparently 2.6.2. Should be. But a 2.4. And I don't know why it's saying 2.6.1. So let's just give it a try there. Okay. No. So it's saying that this this Kotlin version that's being passed in, it's saying that's 1.8.22. But I'm pretty sure it's not, because it's what Kotlin _version. You want me to upgrade Kotlin to 1.9.0? I mean, I can try. Okay. Okay, well, there we go. We fixed it. Okay, can I change the target SDK to 34? No, it does not like that. Target SDK 33. Okay, launch Android Upgrade Assistant, I guess. Honestly, not worth it. It's fine. We'll deal with that later. Then, so great. So we got the Gradle files going. So we want to create an entity. So we'll go ahead and just follow the tutorial here. So we'll create a new file called Word, which will have an entity, which is a table name, and then a class of Word and a primary key and a column info. So these I know need imports. So it's there we go. Cool. That part's done. Then we need to create the DAO. So this is the Word DAO file. So create another file. Right? Yes. So create a new Kotlin class file called Word DAO. The all capital or lowercase? DAO. Got it. Class. We did that. Then, okay, so it's option enter or option return. Okay, so it's option return to automatically import. Got it. There we go. That looks good. And observing database changes. Want to update this. So we use flow. Now we need option return again, or no, sorry, not control, option return again to import the flow class. We're looking for the coroutine flow. Yes. Great. Now we create a word room database. Okay. New file, word room database. Okay. Over. Cool. Now we do enter there, option enter there, option enter there, option enter there. There we go. That looks good. We do build, clean, and then build, rebuild. Just to make sure everything looks good. Doing a good old try. All right, we're doing well on time too, which is lovely. We might have this sample app working by the end of this, which would be great. That would make me so happy. Oh. Oh, so it's telling me, okay, no, I've seen this error before. It's telling me that I need to update the compile SDK to 34, the target SDK to 34. Now I should be able to, oh, no, I closed my app. Can I run it again? Sync now. And then clean build. Okay, it's cleaning the build. And then rebuild. Okay. Okay, it looks good. So it builds. All right, good progress. Why is there an error here though? Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. This is fine. Like, I'm not upgrading an existing app. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we added the room database. All the imports look good. So then when you create the repository, so we'll create a new file again called word repository. And paste this in here. Do context actions, import class flow. Coroutine, please, worker thread. There we go. This part looks good. When you create the view model, so we'll do this again. So we'll do file, new file. This is word view model. There we go. Pop this in here. Get some new class, please. Class extension function, maybe? Yes. Extension function. Only input that. Great. Okay. So that looks good. Then we can add to the XML layout. So you want to add this in values. It's manifest, that's this. Res, values, themes, themes.xml, right? Yes, so this will be the light mode. So I want to say setting the app theme parent, yes. And color primary. No, this does not seem that. Okay, can I create a color value resource? I don't know. My primary color will be navy blue. And yes, okay, so this works. And then my secondary color will be pink, purple. And then my accent color will be yellow. Sure, we'll give that a shot. I don't know what that's gonna do. That might look really weird, but it's fine. Okay, then I need to create a new dimension resource file. So file, new Android resource file, looks like. File, new. Resource bundle? No, it's a resource bundle. That's different. Values resource file? New. Okay, values resource file instead of Android resource file. Then it needs to be dimension. Okay. Name it dimens. That needs to be file, new, value resource file, dimens. Then it does need to be dimension. Screen dimension and DP. Don't even put in that. Resource type. Okay, let me figure out what it means by screen dimension and DP. Android. Or dimension source file. No, I don't like that. What? This is so confusing. Okay, I'll go with 1080 by 1920, classic. 1080, 1920. There you go. Create that. Okay. Okay, wait, so this creates it for all dimensions. So what if I just want to create a new value resource child for dimens, which is of type dimension, but that doesn't include incorrect screen dimension, dimens. Okay. So their file, on the other hand, looks a lot more like just a regular regular values XML. So instead, like, just, yeah, okay, that's so weird. But you don't add, oh, they never selected that. See, that's so frustrating. Okay. Okay, I need to add in an XML file for the layout. Got activity main, so it's telling me to create a new layout resource file called recycler view underscore item. Okay, cool. And code, it's given it me. That's good, okay. And activity main.xml, we replace the text view with the recycler view and add a floating action button. That makes sense to me. Let's get code. Boom, boom. That looks good. String add word. Context action, create string value resource, user value, add a word. Ta-da. There you go. Oh, wait. So file. Oh, is this how you add vector assets instead of this is so funny. Oh, this is their version of SF symbols. Y'all can't see it, but like that makes so much more sense. Add. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. Yes. So name baseline add 24, sure. Next. Save it in main drawable, yes. And update the fab to include the new drawable. So main XML, update the floating action button to include the new drawable. So instead, it's at drawable, and then baseline underscore add underscore 24.xml. SRC though. Or I guess not. Okay. Baseline add 24 though. There we go. Great. Cool. Next, add a recycler view. So to create the word list adapter, the word view holder, and the word configurator. Okay. This would go in like here, right? So it would go into word list adapter. It's a new Kotlin class, word list adapter. Okay, then we do that. And then a main activity, we want to call recycler view. And then linear layout manager. Cool. Okay. So now I run my app to make sure everything works. Okay, resource linking failed. What? you mean? Okay. So in my styles.xml file, where's my styles? No, my styles. Yeah, no, values, no. Am I missing something? App theme, okay. So it's in manifests. So it's just the app theme. Okay, let's try that. All right, so that works now. Okay, it's loading the app on the phone. Okay, it's functional, I'll give it that. Okay, cool. And then we gotta keep going, I guess. Let's keep going. Cool. Instantiate the repository and the database. Assuming I should do this in main activity. Okay. Cool. This is applications. This is in manifests again. Okay. Let's be like this. Android name. String app underscore name. Sure. Okay. App IC launcher allow backup true. Data extraction rules. Android name just needs to be Word application. That's what I'm missing. Why is that important? That makes no sense. Man, I'm learning so much today. Okay. Cool. Populate the database, yes. So of the WordRoom database class, there's a get database. So it just becomes this instead. Okay. Obviously, this needs to be imported. Cool. Sure. And Word's application end up sitting in here. I can actually put this in a new file. Word So application, that, right? And then I need to import all of this. Import, right? So this goes within the word room database class. Above it looks like the companion object that's at volatile. Okay. All of this goes in here. Ah. Cool. And add a new word activity. And these string resources. Okay. Strings.xml. There we go. This color resource apparently. Right. A min height in the dimensions. Okay. A new word activity. So file. So this needs to go in activity though, right? File, new activity, empty views activity, right? Enter a new word activity. There we go. Let me check on this stuff here. Hold on, got an important email. All right, so I have a new word activity. Awesome. So that needs to be added to the Android manifest or verified that's been added. Okay. Oh, so that's how you can do it automatically. Okay. I actually learned something new today. New word activity, or this needs to be in layout, right? Yeah. Okay, code, please. Okay. And update the code for the activity. Word activity. Cool. Now I don't want to create a class called activity. I want to import the class called activity. Okay, great. Why is word room database complaining, which is wrong? I do have 4 errors. No value passed for parameter word. Oh my goodness. Really? In main activity, create the view model. Okay. I see the whole thing. Okay, we're just going to take the whole thing. Import view models, please. Import this. Import intent. Import activity. Import toast. Okay, I have a feeling this won't work, but maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Don't like that, you don't like that, you don't like that. So once ID. Okay. So, yeah, no, it wants IDs though. Hello. Yeah, let me look at the GitHub repository real quickly. I'm gonna have to go into app. And then I think SRC. And then main. Press. What is it? Word.kt, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, they swapped it. It gave me something else. I don't like that. This is word.kt, right? Yeah. Okay, there you go. Great. Okay, can I run it now? Let's see it. Come on. Work, please. Okay. Test. Okay, that saves. Okay, sweet. Okay, so we got it working. We got something working. I love it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and create a new repository. Or actually, I'm just going to go ahead and probably pop this into the existing repository. But I do have to run because I actually have another meeting for something in a few minutes. And I want to make sure I'm ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and head off from this stream. But generally speaking, thank you very much for coming and joining me this Global Hack Week. It was lovely to hang out with y'all. Despite all the challenges, I think we persevered and we did really well. And I'm excited with all the things we got done throughout these 5 technical live streams. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in February at Global Hack Week AIML. Stay tuned for some of the exciting streams we've got planned. I'm sure we'll have lots of fun there. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your hacking. Have a fantastic rest of your week and month, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.